The FBI, the IRS, and other federal agents are raiding Baltimore Mayor Catherine Pugh's homes and Baltimore City Hall. Catherine Pugh, a Democrat, mayor of Baltimore, is involved in a ongoing scandal, and it has to do with contributions to her campaign and a children's book as well. She received $500,000 related to this. Now, news leading into this just from yesterday, 3 aides to the mayor have been fired, and now the governor is calling on the Baltimore mayor to resign. Also, Democrat Elijah Cummings is calling for possible resignation as well. This is interesting, as Elijah Cummings, who is trying to lead the impeachment proceedings against President Trump, saying that impeachment is coming against President Trump after the Mueller report. The Democrat Elijah Cummings, Representative Cummings, had previously endorsed Catherine Pugh. It was Cummings that originally helped prop up Catherine Pugh in her campaign for Baltimore mayor, where she defeated another Democrat that was involved in a major scandal, multiple different corruption scandals. She was convicted. Sheila Dixon, she was convicted years ago, former Baltimore mayor. She was trying to make a comeback, and she lost to Catherine Pugh, who in the same campaign we then learned was receiving these illegal contributions as well. Something strange with Sheila Dixon, the other candidate who just lost to Pugh. Both of these Democrats involved in corruption scandals, but very strangely, quite recently, Sheila Dixon made a strange claim that her Facebook page was hacked, as there was a post alluding to a 2020 Baltimore mayoral run, and that's after that defeat to this other corrupt Democrat, and she has already been convicted in her own corruption scandals. So the news from today, Pugh had recently said that she needed time to recover from pneumonia. She made that claim recently, and then again the news from yesterday that 3 aides had been fired, saying that there's no specific allegations against the aides, but this is what they're saying about the mayor. Federal agents executed search warrants Thursday morning at 2 homes belonging to Baltimore's embattled mayor and at City Hall. Dave Fitz, FBI spokesman out of the agency's Baltimore office, says agents with the FBI and the IRS Criminal Division in Washington were executing court-authorized search warrants at both residences and City Hall. He said he couldn't immediately release more information because the search warrants are sealed. Pugh's spokesman for the mayor, said Thursday that he hadn't spoken with the mayor and doesn't know where she is. And she, again, recently said that she's recovering from pneumonia. So pretty strange that her spokesman doesn't know where she is amidst this whole scandal breaking. The raid today, her defense attorney, Steve Silverman, did not immediately return calls seeking comment. The raids were launched at 6:30 this morning. They also targeted the home of former mayoral aide Gary Brown Jr. Brown and 2 other Pugh aides were fired from their City Hall posts on Wednesday. So Gary Brown was among these 3 aides that we learned were fired yesterday, and his home also raided this morning, they're saying. While no specific allegations, they say, have been made against the now former 3 staffers, they're listed as board members of the Maryland Center for Adult Training. This is a nonprofit once chaired by Pugh, the mayor, and city funds, both before and after the mayor took office. One tweet saying FBI confirms it is executing search warrant at home of Gary Brown Jr., aide to Catherine Pugh, who is prosecuted by state prosecutors for illegal contributions to the Pugh campaign in 2016. Brown is one of 3 Pugh aides fired by acting mayor Jack Young. Pugh has been facing mounting calls for her to resign over a scandal that involves the sale of her children's books to entities that do business with the city. She was already facing a criminal investigation by the state prosecutor's office, which began at the request of the Republican governor, Larry Hogan, as well as probes by the Baltimore Inspector General and Ethics Board at City Hall and a state insurance commission. Mayor Pugh has lost the public trust. She is clearly not fit to lead, Hogan said in a statement. For the good of the city, Mayor Pugh must resign. City Council member Brandon Scott called the Thursday morning raids an embarrassment to the city. The mayor should resign. We have too many issues facing the city of Baltimore that require the full-time attention of a full-time mayor. It's been more than 3 weeks since Pugh slipped out of sight, citing deteriorating health from a pneumonia bout. She's been missing for almost 3 weeks over this questionable illness that she's claiming that she has, leading to this raid. They say 5 of her staffers have since joined her on paid leave in the last few weeks. Pugh said she was going on leave the same day that Hogan asked for the investigation of lucrative sales of her Healthy Holly books to customers, including a major hospital network she once helped oversee as a state lawmaker and health plan that does business with the city. So it's a hospital that has city contracts. She received over $500,000. Sales earned about $800,000 for her limited liability company. Since then, the first-term mayor has been asked to resign by the entire lineup of the current city council. All Baltimore lawmakers in Maryland's House of Delegates, the influential Greater Baltimore Committee, business group of leaders, and others. Maryland's chief accountant called Pugh's self-dealing arrangements to sell her books as brazen, cartoonish corruption. But only conviction can trigger a Baltimore mayor's removal from office, according to city solicitor Andre Davis and the state constitution. Baltimore's mayor-friendly city charter currently provides no options for ousting its executive. The charter is utterly silent on how long the leave can last, exactly what reasons are for a leave. So they're just calling on her to resign. It's unclear what path there is to have her removed before conviction. Multiple investigations into the mayor's book ramp up. Political analysts say Pugh's biggest bargaining chip, negotiating table, is a refusal to resign. Would be the refusal to resign in the city accustomed to high drama political culture. Pugh came to office in late 2016 after edging out ex-mayor Sheila Dixon, who the previous mayor also spent much of her tenure fighting corruption charges before being forced to depart office in 2010 as part of a plea deal connected to the misappropriation of $500 in gift cards meant for needy families. There's also been other scandals. She was trying to make a comeback. She lost to Pugh, but multiple Democrats, one after another in Baltimore, in the same types of corruption scandals. They close off here saying, while the accusations have certainly cast a shadow over Pugh, she has not been indicted for any crime. It's unclear how long a criminal investigation will take. Earlier this month, Silverman said the mayor looks forward to cooperating with state prosecutors, their probe, and will provide as much information as possible to put this matter to rest. Pugh would certainly face a bruising 2020 Democrat primary, they say, if she were to return and run for election. Many political observers believe she'll never again be able to wield power effectively due to the scandal. Acting Mayor Young said he would merely be a placeholder when she went on leave, and at a Wednesday news conference, he stressed that the decision is up to her as to whether she resigns. But given the groundswell of opinion against her, he said it could be devastating for her if she tried to return. So pretty interesting. Let me know what you think about this news so far. Try to see how this investigation proceeds. Pretty interesting site today at Catherine Pugh's homes and City Hall. It's federal agents surrounding multiple locations, pulling out documents related to this investigation. So what will come next of this? Let me know what you think. do have a link to my Patreon account and PayPal in the video description. You can support the channel through there. Even a couple of dollars makes a huge difference. Thanks everybody that has supported the channel through there so far. Even just sharing the information, your comments. I'll follow up soon. Thanks everyone.